sea, by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Mr. Brad Kepler, for singing our national anthem. Next, I'd like to introduce Marine Corps Sergeant Kim Skelton. She will be doing the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Kim. God bless America, and thank you, everybody, for being here.
Give them a ready too.
We changed the beginning of the parade up this year because we want to introduce three very special women who are going to be, oh, wait, are flyovers coming? Is it here yet?
I can hear it.
Here comes our flyover, everybody. Take a look up in the sky. All right. Big round of applause for our flyover. I'd like to introduce our Grand Marshal. We have three. The first one is Sergeant Sophie B. Yazzie. She was a World War II veteran. She enlisted in the Women's Army Air Corps in 1943. Miss Yazzie was born in Canyon de Chile in Arizona in 1914. In August, she celebrated her 104th birthday. She may be the oldest female veteran in the United States. She completed her basic training at Daytona Beach, Florida, and went on to Foster Air Force Base in Victoria, Texas. She wanted to join the war effort during World War II in hopes of becoming a code talker. Sergeant Sophie B. Yazzie became a technician grade 4. She earned a Women's Air Corps Medal, World War II Victory Medal, and a Navajo Nation Service Medal. She is from the Towering House clan, born to the Salt clan from the Navajo Nation. Miss Sophie Casagrande is very honored to have you here today. Our second Grand Marshal is Miss Vivian Fraser. She is also a World War II veteran. Miss Vivian Fraser was 20 years old when she joined the Waves, a special branch of the Navy during World War II. She was among the women selected for training on the IBM data entry machine. No one ever heard of IBM at that time, but Miss Virginia stepped out there, and Vivian, and she got in there and trained. She met her husband, George, who was a U.S. Army Air Force. Her stories of service inspired 2 of her daughters and 2 grandchildren to serve in the military. Miss Fraser is now 95 years old, and she's so proud to do whatever she could do during the war. Thank you, Miss Vivian, for being one of our Grand Marshals today. We love you. Our 3rd Grand Marshal, I've known her for quite a while. She's very near and dear to my heart, Miss Barbara Jane B.J. Rasmussen. She was a Vietnam veteran with the 93rd EVAC. She was 22 years old when she shipped off to Vietnam as a U.S. Army nurse in 1968. It was a time to do things in nursing that couldn't be done in the civilian world. She was stationed with the 93rd EVAC in Long Binh, where she saw heavy wartime casualties. Miss Rasmussen and her brother served in Vietnam at the same time and saw each other once in a while. She is proud of the fact that she saved lives and is part of the Women in Military Service for American Memorial in Arlington, Virginia. She is also a model for the Vietnam Women's Memorial in Washington, D.C. I'm gonna cry. Miss BJ, I'm really happy to have you here today, and Casa Grande says thank you. Have a good morning, ladies, and thank you for being our Grand Marshals this year. Let's give these ladies a great big round of applause there down the street as they come by you. Our women warriors on the move this morning. Joining them today from Casa Grande Union High School is the JROTC program, Marine Corps JROTC. In case you didn't notice, we do have female cadets as the honor guard this morning, and the cadets are following up as support for our Grand Marshals today. Our next entry is the Casa Grande Marine Corps League Detachment 901. Detachment 901 is a nonprofit organization that participates in military events, sponsors the Toys for Tots program, and raises funds for scholarships for the cadets that participate in the Marine Corps JROTC programs in Pinal County. Meetings are held every second Wednesday of the month at 1900 hours. This group is very, very proud of the Marines and all of the associates that are involved with the organization. Toys for Tots will be kicking off soon, so keep an eye out for them at the stores. Let's support our children in Pinal County. We have the JROTC program from the city of Maricopa. They're Air Force. Welcome to Casa Grande today, group. We're very proud to have you here. Our next group are the Blue Star Mothers of Maricopa. Blue Star Mothers of Maricopa, Chapter AZ7, proud local military moms and supporters, proudly carrying the photos of their service member children inside their blue stars. Welcome, ladies. Blue Star families and all military families go through a lot when their children serve. And these ladies keep very active in Maricopa and help support other areas in Pinal County. Hi, you guys. They're my buddies. Tracy is also, Miss Tracy Davis, she is also an HOHP board member for our organization, serving for the Maricopa area on our board. Thank you, Tracy. Our next group are the Girl Scouts. We have our Brownie Troop 381 is proud to be here at the Veterans Day Parade to honor the veterans in the community. Thank you for your service. And we also have Girl Scout Troops 199, 999, and 2022. Girl Scouts is the largest girl-led organization in the United States. We honor our troops and veterans and support them through our cookie programs by providing cookies to active and veteran service members. Thank you all for being here today. They always support us during the Pinal County Veterans Stand Down by raising free cookies to hand out to the veterans that attend the stand down, and they do this every year, and we're very thankful for them to participate with us. My entry is this one. Entry number 11. This is entry number 11, Mr. Terry Gunderson. Terry belongs to the Veterans Coffee Club. He comes to HOHP Veterans Center every Tuesday, and they come for coffee club from 8:30 to 10:30. Veterans are welcome to come and meet with each other, talk with each other every Tuesday. And Terry's been coming for about a year and a half now. So we're very proud of our HOHP Veterans Center down on Florence Street. Here, very near and dear to my heart, HOHP Eagle One Mobile Veteran Outreach Center. We've been on the road for 3 years now. We travel across Pinal County to provide services to veterans in the areas where there are no services or lack of transportation. The mobile center provides the ability to take services and information on the road. Eagle One has become a beacon to veterans in rural Pinal County. To date, the unit has served over 2,500 veterans from across Pinal County. Here comes our other float for Eagle's Landing, and these are some of our, okay, I'm mixed up now. What do we have on this one? I'm sorry. These are some more veterans that come through the Vet Center, Eagle's Landing. We have Mr. Buddy driving the truck today. So this is our float. There's Tom and his wife. We have some of our volunteers that come to the center and help us out. Miss Gwen, Miss Vanjie. Oh, and there's some of our coffee club guys. Thank you guys for riding today. And there's my pretty little granddaughter in her green shirt. Love you guys. Eagles Landing Veterans Center. Our next entry is Miss Sharon Miller and retired Marine Corps Working Dog Sergeant Eichen. And Sergeant Sharon Miller served in the U.S. Army for 6 years as a military police customs in Germany. Eichen is a retired military working dog sergeant who served in Afghanistan with U.S. Army, then on to the Marine Corps. Staff Sergeant Eichen was also a Purple Heart recipient. Also driving today is Palmer Miller, and I'm gonna talk about Mr. Miller as well. Palmer was just recently inducted into the Arizona Veterans Hall of Fame last week, class of 2018, representing Casa Grande, Arizona. Congratulations, Palmer. Thank you, Sharon. And everybody, there's Eichen. He's an amazing dog. Love him to death. Does he have his Purple Heart on today? Yep. Sergeant Eichen, Sergeant Sharon Miller, and Palmer Miller are 2018 Arizona Veterans Hall of Famer. Our next entry is the Arizona Submarine Veterans. Their entry each year, they're in the parade in order to honor the memory of the shipmates who gave their lives in pursuit of their duties while serving our country. We always enjoy to see you guys in all of the parades. They go to the Iwo Jima parade. They always have an entry to represent the submariners. Thank you guys once again. Our next entry is the Tohono O'odham Women Veterans Color Guard Marching Group and Float. Casa Grande welcomes the Women's Veterans Color Guard from the Tohono O'odham Nation. This is their first year participating in the parade. And in that color guard, we have Alexis Vavages, United States Marine Corps, Tina Scott, U.S. Army, Idaline Reyes, U.S. Army, Beverly Harris, U.S. Air Force, Kateri Harris, United States Marine Corps, Carlene Narcho, U.S. Army. Thank you, ladies, for representing the TO. Another women color guard in their tribal dress. Thank you very much. Oh, and Miss Jessica Saldana, who is also the, she heads the Veterans Organization for the TO Nation. She is also behind the color guard. She's a very detailed partner in helping our veterans on the TO Nation. This year, we invited Percy Paestewa, Gloria Paestewa's mother. This entry is Arizona for Paestewa. Arizona honors Lori Paestewa, U.S. Army Specialist, who became the first Native American woman killed in action. Percy Paestewa keeps her daughter's memory alive by hosting an annual dinner that honors all of the fallen from Arizona. In this entry, we also have Jacqueline Barton, U.S. Army, Tropics Knight, United States Marine Corps, and Kira Stover, U.S. Army. Thank you, Percy, for joining us today. God bless Lori and her father. Our next entry is the Vfw Riders District 10. The Vfw Riders is a motorcycle committee made up of members of the VFW and VFW Auxiliary. They are a group within the VFW that enjoys the pastime of motorcycling. They are a family-oriented group and pro-military. We encourage our members to support their veteran groups. Thank you guys very much for being in the parade today. Our next entry coming up is American Legion Post 51 from Blackwater, Haskell, Osip, and Tome. American Legion Post 51 is located in Blackwater, Arizona, and is home to veterans who have served in Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Our entry represents our commitment to ensuring that our veterans, past and present, are not forgotten. Our women warriors in this entry are Gina Jacobs, Melissa Gomez, Tracy McCaffey, and Margaret Molina. Thank you guys very much for coming out today. We take Eagle 1 out to Post 51 once a quarter to help serve the veterans that are in District 1 of the Gila River Indian community. Our next entry is from Tucson, Arizona, the Women Warriors Group. They are a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to assisting female veterans out of Tucson, Arizona. And I can tell you they have also been to our stand down to come and help us work with our women veterans that attend the stand down. Female veterans in this are Jennifer Cassell, United States Air Force, Lisa Candler, U.S. Army, Josie Grounds, U.S. Army, Jessica Fries, U.S. Army. Thank you guys very much. Karen, thank you so much for putting it together. Karen is one of the directors for Women Warriors, and we stay in contact with her, and she's actually the one that helped me get in contact with Miss Sophie. So thank you guys very, very much. A very near and dear organization, the Daughters of the American Revolution, Casa Grande Valley Chapter. The National Daughters of the American Revolution is a community service organization and lineage society founded in 1980. The Casa Grande chapter was established in 1981 and remains the only Daughters of American Revolution chapter in Pinal County. The women on the float represent the chapter's nearly 60 members who help secure America's future through better education and patriotism. Aboard today's float is Niley Wofford Gillespie, United States Navy. Let's give her a round of applause, you guys. Our women veterans coming through today. You're welcome. Thank you, ladies. And I also want you to know that they also assisted with helping us buy a special gift for all of our women veterans that will be presented at the opening ceremony. They are one of the co-sponsors. Thank you, ladies, very much for partnering with us. Our next entry is Vfw Post 1677, Casa Grande. Vfw Post 1677 represents men and women veterans who served our nation during peacetime or during war, but most of all, our POW, MIA, KIA veterans. Last but not least, our families. We thank them for believing in us as veterans. There's Commander Hugh Byrne, and our women warriors that are represented today are Lori Byrne, U.S. Navy and Army, Renee Scanio, U.S. Coast Guard, Kim Skelton, United States Marine Corps, Kim Baldwin, United States Marine Corps, Rihanna Williams, U.S. Army, and Sandra Tedford, United States Air Force. Congratulations, Post 1677. Our next entry, Buffalo Soldiers of America. Arizona chapter is a nonprofit 501c3 organization that supports veterans and needy families. We carry on the legacy of the Buffalo Soldiers from 1866 to 1948. Represented as a female veteran today is Michelle Mitchell, retired Colonel, U.S. Army. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for coming out today. You're good to go. You're good to go. Thank you. You guys, I love your uniforms. You're ready to go. Thank you all. They travel all over Arizona representing the Buffalo Soldiers. We saw them down in Tombstone not too long ago. I wonder who these special people are driving up on this older fire truck. The Museum of Casa Grande is carrying Mayor McFarland and the City Council. This is the first engine of Casa Grande brought in 1929 for $6,000, the 1953 engine number 3. Thank you, Mayor McFarland and the City Council, for honoring our veterans today. And I would like for them to have a big round of applause for also being one of the co-sponsors for the parade today. Please give the City Council a big round of applause. Thank you, Mayor McFarland and council members. Those are some nice looking trucks at the Historical Society. Very nice trucks. Our next entry is the Boys and Girls Club of Casa Grande Valley. Boys and Girls Club just celebrated 20 years as an organization in August. We serve over 700 members at 4 locations. The club has participated in the Veterans Parade for over 5 years. The club encourages members to participate within our community. Remember, great futures start here with the Boys and Girls Club. Thank you guys for coming out today and representing your veterans and your community. Thank you, Vicki. And I see some of you kids have pictures of family members that served. Thank you very much for doing that. Next up is American Legion Post 8 Auxiliary. The American Legion Post 8 Auxiliary salutes our women who serve and all veterans who have served our country. Thank you, ladies, for your entry today. Our next group is the Combat Veterans Motorcycle Association, Chapter 32-6, Veterans Helping Veterans. Women veterans riding in this entry are Rhiannon Wildcat Williams, United States Army, Margaret Sunshine Scanio, Coast Guard, Lori Tazette Byrne, U.S. Army. The CVMA always helps HOHP when we need some help with funding. They're always there to help us. And they also assist with the Missing in America Project motorcade escorts to the cemetery in Marana. Thank you guys very much for all of your support. Our next entry is the Peacocks Veterans Association. The Peacocks Veterans Association provides assistance to families of loved ones who passed away and serves as honor guard to fallen veterans. The association was formed to keep the legacy of the first Arizona National Guard that was formed in 1866 from Company B, led by Maricopa Chief Juan Chavarria, and Company C, led by Pima Chief Antonio Azul. In the color guard today, Deanna Williams, United States Army. Thank you guys for coming out today. We have the Bread brothers are riding in the van. Arnie and Ernie Bread are twins that served in Vietnam together. Thank you guys for your service. Our next entry is Julia Gussie, City Council Woman, City of Maricopa. Councilman Julia Gussie was the first elected to the City of Maricopa Council in 2010 and is currently serving her second term. She is an Air Force veteran and served at the National Security Agency for most of her enlistment. Thank you, Julia, for coming out today. This is the entry for the DAV, Disabled American Veterans Chapter 36, Pinal County. The chapter for Pinal County provides professional assistance to veterans and their families in obtaining benefits and services provided by the Department of Veterans Affairs. On board are Oksana Mutlos, U.S. Army, Deborah Orloff, U.S. Navy, and Ann Hutchinson, U.S. Army. Thank you, ladies, for your service. Thank you guys for coming out. This is Mr. Al Nader. He participates in the parade every year. Al is a World War II veteran, Navy, Marine, Coast Guard corpsman, and he always brings this gorgeous truck out to participate in the parade. Thank you very much, Al, for coming out again today. Our next group is the Warrior Brothers, a newly formed organization. Warrior Brothers is a motorcycle charity organization that raises money for veterans charities and veterans in need in Casa Grande. Very proud to be a partner with them as they help us also in serving veterans across Pinal County. Thank you, Jesse, and everybody that came out today. It's good to see all of you. Thank you. Our next entry is from Mr. Robert Atchin from REA Construction. Mr. Atchin is also a veteran, and he put this together in order to thank all veterans for service to our country. Thank you, sir. Thank you for serving. Very nice. Got a tough eagle on the back there, ready to shoot that cannon off. Our next entry is the VA Mobile Veterans Center. This mobile unit provides readjustment counseling for combat veterans, military sexual trauma veterans, and their families. Thank you, veterans, for your service to our country. This unit comes out of Mesa, Arizona. Oh, here comes Vernon. Vernon Clegg. He is a World War II veteran and a Korean Navy retired after 21 years of service. He does this in honor of Marie Clegg, World War II Navy Wave, 1943 to 1945. Ah, here comes Bob and Grimace. Mr. Bob Sousa and Grimace from McDonald's. Mr. Bob Sousa, U.S. Army Vietnam veteran, is accompanied by Grimace from McDonald's. The car is a Vietnam Classic 1968 Pontiac Le Mans. I'd also like to say thank you to Bob. He is also one of the co-sponsors for today's parade. Thank you, Bob. Our next entry is from the Pinal County Veterans Memorial Foundation. The mission of the Pinal County Veterans Memorial Foundation is to honor our Pinal County veterans who gave the ultimate sacrifice in service to this great country. The memorial will be built at the Ed Hooper Park. The Pinal County Veterans Memorial Foundation salutes our veterans. And this is one of the pieces that will be placed out at the park once it's built. Thank you guys very much for bringing it out today. So I have something to read to you guys. One of the veterans brought this into me this week. It said, "I was a warrior, I am no hero, but I have served with a few. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I am of the 1% who served as guardians of our nation's freedom. I am a veteran." He wanted me to read that to all of you today because he is a very proud veteran of our United States. Central Arizona College is joining us today with their group. Central Arizona College is a proud supporter of education for veterans and their families. Thank you for your service. Veterans that are thinking about joining and going to school, Miss Liz Barrett is the outreach person that does all of this stuff to help our veterans and their children that qualify go to school. So there's Mr. Israel and his dog that he told me he was bringing today. Thank you for joining us today. Casa Grande Elks, here we go. CG Elks riders donate their time and energy to various causes within the community as the group works to increase the popularity of riding, participating, and enjoying their membership in the Benevolent Order of the Elks. We have some veterans that are sitting there in the entry there. Please give them a round of applause, please, for joining us today. Our next entry is Core Civic, La Palma Correctional Center. Core Civic is a proud employer here in Pinal County that makes it a priority to hire veterans. They are currently hiring at the La Palma Correctional Center. They want to say thank you to all veterans for your service to our country. And in this entry today is Margot Alvarez, Nelly Cervantes, and Shannon Harland, who are veterans. And also driving is my son, United States Marine Corps. Woohoo! And my grandson sitting in there. Thank you, guys. You're welcome. I didn't say what I was going to. I'd get in trouble.
Any angels? I don't know.
You work with them too? Why did you get the little entry? Okay. Thank you for serving, sir, and thank you for being in the parade today. Our next entry is Mini Angels Ranch. We are a 501c3 who provides emotional support animals. We have worked with veterans, children, and adults of all ages. We have walked in the Coolidge, Eloy, and Casa Grande Veterans Day parades for the last couple of years. These are there's 4 miniature horses. Well, Robin, you added more. Very nice job. Thank you guys for bringing them out today. Aren't they cute, you guys? Give them a round of applause. Our next entry coming up here, Arizona Rangers. The Arizona Rangers were established in 1901. They were created to deal with the larger number of outlaws and especially rustlers in the sparsely populated territory of Arizona. Today's Rangers, like yesterday's Rangers, are well trained and equipped. The present day Arizona Rangers were officially recognized by the state of Arizona in 2002 when Governor Jane Hull signed Legislative Act number 41. Thank you for joining us today, sir. So while we're waiting for our next entry, I just wanted to remind everybody that today, immediately following the parade, I hope you will join us over at Peart Park, over here next to Whataburger, for the Veterans Celebration. There will be 5 bands that will be playing throughout the day, food trucks, and it'll be a good time. Bring your chairs and blankets and come out and sit down and listen to the good lineup out there. It is a free event for you to go in and sit down, and it is family friendly. You can also take your children. There is a fun zone in there for the kids to enjoy as well. Is everybody having a good time today? Testing 1. Did I pull it out? Testing 1. Testing 1. There we go. Everybody having a good time so far this morning? How you liking everything so far? Isn't it an honor to see all of our veterans and our women warriors coming through here today? quite an honor to change up this year and recognize our women veterans. A lot of time our women veterans kind of take a back seat to everybody. They don't tell you they're a veteran because they feel that, you know, they didn't do as much as the guys did. But you know what? Our women veterans are out there, their support, and they're out in doing more. They're out there doing more in the service now than ever before. So let's give a round of applause for our women veterans. Our next entry is U.S. Congressman Tom O'Halloran. Tom O'Halloran represents Arizona's 1st Congressional District in Washington. He is humbled by the support veterans have provided from around the district, and they have given him a lot of support over the past 2 years. Tom thanks all veterans here in Casa Grande and across Arizona for their service and dedication to our country. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. Thank you. Hi, Miss O'Halloran. How are you? Very good, thank you. Our next entry, well, we have Miss Linda Gross and also Sharon Gerard. Both of them are in the parade today, and want to say thank you to all of our veterans who have served our country. We have another truck coming up here as part of the whole contingent here. This one also has a truck honoring our veterans today for the parade. Thank you guys for coming out today. We have a singing group coming up here shortly from Lafferty Productions. Sing us a song. We're ready for a song. Let's hear it. Lafferty Productions and the music station are at the Paramount Theater. You can go on the website for more information. The music station does DJ and karaoke music. Your event, your away. And they're here to say thank you to all the veterans who have served our country. And we're very proud to have you in the parade today. Thank you. Thank you. I see you have some pictures of family members. Good song. That's my favorite song. Thank you guys for playing that. If you guys know the song, sing it with them. Our next entry is for Mark Karchner. Mark Karchner served in the elite Army Arctic Rangers, 75th entry. 75th entry. 75th Infantry, Fort Richardson, Alaska, from 1970 to 1972. The unit celebrates 48 years this year. Thank you very much. Army Arctic Rangers, 75th entry. Our next entry is Senator Pratt and Representative Shope. They represent you at Arizona Capitol. They have the highest respect for veterans and work hard to support veterans legislation. Pratt and Shope say it's important to honor women veterans and women who serve, as women rank highly and serve bravely in defending our country and freedoms. Thank you guys for joining us today. You got your cowboy hat on. That's good. Our next entry is the Zonta Club of Casa Grande. Zonta Club of Casa Grande Valley in the red 1967 Anniversary Edition Mustang convertible is our oldest member, Faye Dawn. Marching with the cars are representatives from our Mission Heights and Vista Grande Z clubs and our middle school girls in action from the Grande Innovations Academy. This entry is David Cook. David Cook serves the people of Pinal County and LDA. David Cook and Sheriff Lamb are strong supporters of our military and veterans. There you go. Looks real nice there. Nice truck, guys. Nice truck. Our next entry is from the Pinal County Sheriff's Office. Thanks to all of our veterans that have served our great country. And this is the Sheriff's Department's Humvee. Thank you for bringing it out. Our next entry is the Western Heritage Rangers. Western Heritage Rangers is an all-volunteer organization that teaches adult firearm safety and concealed carry class and free youth firearm safety classes. They have an ongoing training program that assures proficiency as rangers. And they say thank you. Thank you to our veterans for serving our great country. And there goes Sheriff Lamb. There goes Sheriff Lamb. Let's give Sheriff Lamb a round of applause. There's our sheriff, Pinal County Sheriff, everybody. Give him a round of applause. Thank you, Western Heritage Rangers, for coming out today. Sing it with them. That's a good song. That's the second time we've heard that, third time today. Favorite song for our country. Our next entry is the territory of Arizona Buffalo Soldiers. The battalion represents from the 1866 to 1889 era in the Southwest, known as the Indian Wars during this time. The Buffalo Soldiers are remembered for their contribution to serving during this time. Thank you very much, guys, for coming out today. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, guys, for coming out. Thank you, ma'am. Good to see you out here today. Territory of Arizona Buffalo Soldiers. Our next group is Hawk 76 Harley-Davidson Motorcycle Group. Thank you to our women warriors and veterans for your service to our country. Female veterans today, Jean Snow, U.S. Navy, and Jeannie Justice, U.S. Army. Welcome, everybody. Get everybody revved up now, come on. Some nice bikes there, everybody. Real nice bikes. Thank you for bringing them out today. How many veterans do we have out here? If you're a veteran, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Thank you for serving our country. How many military families? If you have somebody serving in the country right now, raise your hand. We serve along with them. My granddaughter is a staff sergeant in the United States Air Force. I'm very, very proud of her. She's from Casa, Grande, Arizona. Graduated from Vista Grande High School. Our next entry is B&B Handyman and Construction. B&B Handyman and Construction supports our veterans. Miss Brenda has been the parade director, and we had a problem that came up last year, and we love you, Brenda, and I'm so glad you're doing better. And it's good to see you in the parade. You should be here with me, right? I love you, girl.
Get hot!
I love you, girl. Thank you, Brenda. Brenda also served on the HOHP Board of Directors. And we miss her, and we hope to see her back soon, right in the middle with all of us. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bruce. That's Bruce on the loose. I call him Bruce on the loose. That's Brenda's husband. B&B Handyman, Bruce and Brenda. Our next group coming up is the, let me see if I don't want to mess this up. The truck and float for the Pinal Lodge 30 and Free Accepted Masons float. Our Casa Grande Eastern Star. Ray Zach is a member of the Pinal Lodge 30 and Casa Grande Order of the Eastern Star, Chapter 28. Ray is a veteran of the New York State Army National Guard. The Order of the Eastern Star is a great organization here in Casa Grande, and there's my good friend Andy Sanders. Andy's very active in the community, and he does a lot of stuff with all of our veteran organizations. He is a chaplain for several organizations, and he will be the chaplain today as well. Thank you guys for entering the parade. This truck coming up is a Korean War vintage 1951 military Dodge M37 Power Wagon driven by Chris Coupler. And he's pulling the Pinal Lodge number 30 Free and Accepted Masons float. Thank you guys for coming out today. We're gonna borrow that truck, okay? We need to go for a cruise. That's a cool truck. Thank you, gentlemen. Casa Grande Middle School Wildcat Cheer and National Junior Honor Society. Let's hear it for the kids. The Casa Grande Middle School Wildcat Cheer Squad and National Junior Honor Society have decided to honor our women of service by creating informational posters and chants about different famous women who have fought for and contributed to our country since its creation. Oh boy, we got a wildcat in the back of that truck. Be careful, people. We got a wildcat on board. Go Wildcats! All right, ladies. And there's my granddaughter there with the red hair in the middle. I love you, Lexi. Let's hear a chant. Come on, ladies. What do you got? What do you got for us? Border Patrol, Casa Grande Horse Patrol Unit. Please welcome the Casa Grande Horse Patrol Unit from the U.S. Border Patrol, protecting our nation's borders since 1924. This is our only equestrian entry, and we say thank you guys for coming out every year and being part of our parade and honoring our veterans. Thank you very much. This is the Arizona City Fire District 1941 fire engine. The Arizona City Fire District is here to honor all veterans from our communities. Thank you for your service to our country, veterans. We're honored to be here with you all today. Is that Chief Heaton? Thank you, sir, for bringing that truck out today. Fire engine, that's beautiful. 1941. Arizona City Fire District. When Eagle One is out in Arizona City, the fire district has allowed us to park the mobile unit in their parking lot so that we're able to meet with veterans from Arizona City. Thank you guys for that partnership. This is Girl Scout Troop number 33 approaching. We're very excited to have the Girl Scouts in the parade today. They are our future leaders, and they could be our future women warriors. Thank you, girls, for coming out today. They love their veterans. Thank you guys for making those cards. Thank you, ladies, for coming out. Here come our Casa Grande Fire Department entries. The Casa Grande Fire Department family, thanks everybody for coming out today, and please remember to check your smoke detectors. And they say thank you to all of our Casa Grande veterans and area veterans for their service. Thank you guys for bringing that out today. Oh yeah, there you go. Oh, here we come. What did you do with the city council? Did you leave them somewhere? Jean left the city council somewhere. We got to go look for them. Thank you, Gene. Second time around, but he lost the city council. We hope we find them before Monday's meeting. Here's another truck. came back around, but I don't remember if anybody was in there. But remember, we need to talk to the police department to see if we can find the city council. They've disappeared. Thank you for bringing that out. Thank you, guys. My name is Kim Vandenberg. I'm from HOHP. I have an honor today of being a sponsor for this parade. Please take time to go over to the park. And thank you to all of our veterans and their families today. And thank you to our communities for coming out to support our veterans. God bless all of you. Have a good and safe way home.